shimmering school, peaceful paradise, a calming jewel. Glowing guppies with tails like fire, whiskered catfish, their movements inspire. Drifting bubbles, a mesmerizing dance, lost in the moment, given a chance. Aquarium thoughts, they drift and they sway like the gentle current at the end of the day. Serene angelfish gliding with grace, a world of wonder in a watery space. The hum of the filter, a constant refrain, a symphony of life, washing away the strain. Worries dissolve in the calming blue. Aquarium magic, just for me and you. Aquarium thoughts, they drift and they sway like the gentle current at the end of the day. Emerald corridor sifting the sand, a miniature river held in my hand. So next time you're feeling stressed and low, just take a moment, watch the water flow. Aquarium thoughts, a calming sight, a little piece of peace beneath the gentle light.
Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon again and again and again. This is Dave with Dave's Aquarium Thoughts. Today I'm just going to stream again, primarily because I have some work to do in this tank right here. I'm going to be basically doing some aquascape, well, not really aquascaping, but adding some plants. And I want to get rid of some of this brownish kind of gravel. So I want to add some more black to it. That way I hope the fish pop even more than they already do. I know if I bring the camera a little bit closer right here, I do love the colors right now on the Congo Tetras. That orange is becoming like a really, really nice red. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but I'm kind of doing the live stream. And another thing I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be recording as well. So not only my live streaming, I'm also doing a video on this as well. So yeah, if you missed the live stream, you have the video, and if you watch the live stream, you really don't need to see the video. But I hope you still check out the video. So anyways, let's get this started. First thing I'm going to do is I need to turn off the filter on here because I'm going to empty out some of this water, primarily because I don't want all the water in there when I do this, because I'm going to be adding some new aquarium soil. Let me show you what that is. Let me do some recording as I show you as well. So like I said, I'm kind of multitasking here. Basically, I'm going to be doing some recording here as well. So let me see here. I need to put the camera back a little bit here. Yeah. So you kind of get a glimpse of how I do my recording as well. So it's kind of get a backside screen of how I work, I guess. So let me do this, and I'll show you what the soil is. Oops. Anyways. Hello, welcome to Dave's Aquarium Thoughts. I'm Dave. Today I'm going to be doing some work on this 40-gallon breeder. I do want to plant some plants in here, as well as add some more black to this substrate right here. Basically, in my previous video about the lights, I kind of confused that for sand, which is not sand. It's kind of a gravel with a sand bottom. But I do want to add some black, which is why I purchased this bag, which is from Higer. This one I purchased. This is Higer CO2 Aquarium Soil, which should be hopefully black. I really could have went with any other oil. I could have went with any other soil or substrate as well. I could have got the stratum or whatnot, but I decided to just go with this one because I'm lazy. And supposedly on this one, it is a no clean, no rinse formula. So I'm hoping, yeah, I'm hoping it really is no clean. So I will see how that works on that and go from there. But basically, I do want to add some plants on here. I want to change some of the substrate, add some more black to it. So let's go and get working on that. First thing I do need to do is I do need to get some of this water out here. I don't want to work with a full tank, so I'm going to take out some water. That also gives me a chance to do the water change. So let's go ahead and work on that. Hello, hello, hello. Alrighty, so let's get this water changed. So I got my water change pump. Now, of course, this part's not going to be in the video because I don't want to show the water change here. So there's that. So hopefully this is in the off position because I'm going to put it, yeah, that's on the off position. Okay. All right, so let's get some of this water out here. I'm going to move some of these plants as well. This plant I'm keeping there. Some of the extra plants I'm going to move around, maybe put one in the tank below. But I do have some more plants coming in. I do already have some plants up in this tank right here in the corner that's kind of floating right now because I got it a couple days ago and I kind of I wasn't ready for it. So let me go ahead and get this water changed, get my little gravel cleaner that I attached a hose to. But first things first, I'm going to actually get a towel because I don't want to get too much water on the floor. So let me go do that. Yeah, go find my aquarium working towel. I already got my towel. Alright, yeah, I don't want too much water on the floor, even though I'm probably gonna get some water on the floor. I already got some water on the floor. Alrighty, so let's get this water change started here. So I have my gravel cleaner and I attached a vinyl hose to it. So that's gonna lead that over to my sink so I could take some of this water out. And it works a pretty good job. Does really good. My kitchen sink's right over there, so I just dump it in the sink there. Hard part is getting this. Yeah, I'll just do it that way. So stick this in my tank right here to get some of the water out. There we go. Alrighty, that's good enough. Get my clamp and bring this all the way over here to my kitchen sink. I forgot I normally do this part first. Oh well. Hopefully it doesn't mess with too many stuff in my aquarium there. My mistake on that one. Alright. Point this into the drain, clamp it to the sink so it doesn't plop out, and let's remove some of this water. I do need to stop the pump though. Okay, Google, turn off multi-filter. Alright, there you go. So the water pump is stopped. So let me go ahead and pump some of this water out. Because like I said, I don't want to work with a full tank. That's no fun working with a full tank of water. Plus the substrate will probably add some to it. Let's see here. All right. So how's everyone going right now? Yeah, I actually cleaned the glass with a new algae scraper I tried out, and that seemed to do a good job. So I get a nice clear view into my aquarium now. I wish I probably should have done that earlier, but I was busy watching another live stream on YouTube at the time. So, but I was able to do the cleaning in the video on that one after my previous stream, which was the Aquarium Price is Right game. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to find this stream interesting. I'm just kind of doing some work. I'm changing out some of the substrate. I'm adding some substrate anyways. Looks like before I do this, I'm probably going to have to pull some algae off of it first. But I just want to add some more black to the substrate. And yeah. Hopefully it doesn't mess up too many things. Making changes, that's the one thing that can happen, is you can just introduce other problems. But let me see here. Yeah, it's still draining some of the water. I don't know how far down I want to do, but I'm going to get some other supplies while it does this. Because I do need to get a cup. Oh, I do. That way, because I'm not going to just dump it in there since I have other things in there. I'm just going to use a red cup, one of these lovely red Solo cups, and that way I'm going to put the soil or substrate into there from the bag into there, just using the good old Solo cup. That way I'm not making too much of a mess into my aquarium. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully this Higher CO2 aquarium soil is no clean, no rinse formula. Hopefully it doesn't cloud up my tank too much. I've seen conflicting things on that. Some people said it actually does cloud up the tank, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And if it does cloud up the tank, it'll probably settle down after a while. Alrighty. Yeah, it's fun times waiting for some of this water to actually drain out. And actually, I think that level's good enough for now. That way, after I put the soil in, I can drain a little bit more. Let me stop this. I can drain a little bit more, and that way I can get rid of some of the cloudiness in the water. Alrighty, there we go. And since I'm doing this way, I'm just going to grab the water hose as well, and I can just bring it back later. I don't want it just running around the floor, because I know I'm probably going to connect this pump again before I'm done with this. Just empty out the water into the bucket as opposed to all over my floor. There we go. Get my water change bucket. I don't need that. I'm going to get this out of the way. There we go. That's out of the way. Now I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning. That way I can have a nice clean substrate to add stuff to. Yeah, just need to find something to put any excess algae on. I'm just going to get myself some aluminum foil, which is typically my go-to cleaning surface. At least my dumping surface anyways. Typically just clean stuff off and just throw it into aluminum foil, ball it up and throw it into the trash. Alrighty, so let me see what I need to clean up. Alrighty, got my... Let me see if I can move this lid out of the way. Let's see here, how to do this. Yeah, this probably works. Oh, that works perfectly. That'll hold it out of the way too. Hopefully it doesn't flip over. Alright, let's see here. I've got one of these aqua soil balls kind of just in the wrong spot there. Put that back in there. Get rid of some of this algae in here. I don't care if I grab some of the substrate with it. Just primarily because I'm going to add more in there anyways. So just remove some of this algae here because I don't need it in my tank right now. Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed. I've been, ever since I added this plate, I'm starting to get more algae growing, which hopefully plants will actually fix that problem. And while I'm in here, I'm going to remove some of these old shells in here because I don't need those in here either. Alrighty. Yeah, I was going to start with that one, but that one doesn't want to budge. I'll leave the rocks in here. The rocks are fine. I just don't want these shells in here anymore. Alright. That's where I should have kept the bucket nearby so I could dump that out. And of course I made a mess on the actual pump itself. which I'll have to fix later. Yeah, that way I have some more surface area for plants. And I'm just going to toss those shells away too. Hello, any lurkers that might be here. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll move these shells too. I don't need these shells in here. And yeah, this used to be my multi tank, my multis, my shell driller tank, which I kind of switched it out, and I removed a lot of the shells, but I kept some of them in there. I don't know why, but I did. Let's see here. But now I can remove them. I don't need them in there anymore. I don't want them in there anymore. Carefully do this without interrupting too much stuff. Yeah, probably not good to have them in there because it's probably going to affect my water quality in terms of hardness anyways. Don't need my water harder than what it already is. Let's see here. That's one thing I didn't plan on doing, but since I'm in here, I might as well do. So, what's your guys' favorite plant to plant into an aquarium? I think my favorite I ever had was the Hygrophilus Sunset. I don't know the full name on it, but I think that's all the shells. I think it is, anyways. I'll do a quick look just to make sure, but I think that's all the shells I have in there, unless they're more buried, but let's see here. And I hope I'm not doing this wrong, because I'm probably going to mess things up, and hopefully I don't mess it up too bad. Let's see here. Like I said, I do want to move some plants around. And I'm hoping adding more plants will actually solve the problem of algae growing in here, as well as making the tank look nicer. Remove some of these swords in the back up front. That way I have, that way people could see them better. And I think this narrite might not have made it. Nope, that one's gone. Yeah, try some narites in here, but I don't think that one was big enough to outcompete the assassin snails that are in here. So let's see what I have here. Let me pull out anything else I don't want in here. Yeah, I do see another shell, but it's kind of buried in those rocks. I don't want to move around the rocks too much. But what I will do is I will pull some of this algae out of here. Hopefully not to, I want to budge that plant. Yeah, Nubius, that's attached to a plant too much. Oops. Alrighty, there we go. Alrighty. Let's see what I have here. Remove some of this black hair algae. Not that I don't like it. I really don't like it. I'd rather it not be there, but it is what it is. So that's removed. Alrighty, I think I'm ready to start this job. So let me go ahead and move some of these swords that are in the back, because I'm going to put some taller plants back there rather than the swords. The swords are pretty better off as a foreground plant. I just didn't think I was going to be doing this. I kind of changed the way that I was doing it since I put these in here. That one was doing pretty well too, but I'm going to put that guy right there. Primarily with the other substrate, I'm primarily going to put it mostly towards the back as opposed to the front, but let's see. The rock is moving a little bit, and I don't want that to move too much. These are pretty much well rooted now, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Hopefully they still survive. They probably should. Just put that right back in there. Move some of these ones back here as well. My plan is to have some of these longer stem plants towards the back as opposed to anywhere else. See, that one's fine there. I'm going to just move this one though. Yeah, that one wasn't in there too much, so I'm going to put that one right there. I do have some other plants going in here too. It's just mostly the stem plants. I will do one in the back. Let me see here. I do have another red root floater that I want to put in here somewhere. I just don't know where I want to put it yet. Somewhere where it's not affected by the flow too much. Ah, crap. Let's see what I have here. I think I'm going to put the floater there. I'm going to take this guy out of here though. I'm probably going to put this in the one below my tank right here. That way I have some more plantage in here. Let's see where I want to put this though. Where do I want to put this? I do have that one right there. Let's put this. Where do I put this one? I have this nice little sword here. I think it's an ocelot sword. Just don't know where to put this because I think I already have enough of them in the top tank. Let me see here. Yeah, let's put it right here. I know where I'm going to put it. Let's put it right in here. There we go. Right in with the cardinal plants. And I do have some, I have some algae in here too grown, which hopefully that changes too. Darn, I'm taking out the cardinal plant. I don't want to do that. My bad. Yeah, it seems like it has a nice root system growing too. But let's put that back in there. Sorry, cardinal plant. Sorry. Sorry so much. Hope you continue to grow. There we go. Put that back in there. There we go. That should hold. Okay. One thing I don't like about doing this is getting my hands too wet. But that's part of being a fish keeper. Always keep your sleeves wet. Alrighty. Let's see what we have here. I don't need that. I don't need that leaf floating around. Whatever that is. Well, whatever that is, I don't need floating in there. Alrighty. So now that that's done, I'm going to go start adding some of the gravel in here. And hopefully it turns out pretty well. I just want some more black in the substrate because I don't want to do it. And I just kind of want some kind of substrate that hopefully helps with the fertilization of the plants I'm going to be putting in here. But while I'm here, I'm going to throw this bag of foil away because I don't need it and I don't want to trip over it when I'm doing this. Alrighty. Now I just need to find a pair of scissors. That way I can start adding this substrate soil in. And hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Yeah, got two mics on because I'm also working on other things. Alright, got my soil, not my soil, got my scissors. Now it's time to get this bag and hopefully Higer is right with this being a no rinse. You need something, Levi? You can walk through here if you want. And just hoping this doesn't fall down and spill soil all over the place. But I really don't want to clean up a mess, which is one of the reasons why I got the no clean formula rather than other ones that have to rinse first. Let's see how this is. Yeah, it looks okay. I mean, probably not as dark as I expected, but I think it's going to be dark enough. So, and also in the process, I'm going to do some recording as well, like I said earlier. If anyone's still watching, hello. Let's see, there's my button. Make sure I can put it in so I could see it. Alrighty, so I got some of the water out. I did a little bit of cleaning, did some more plant rearranging, and I opened up the bag of the aquarium soil. This is not a sponsored video because basically I bought this myself. Like I said, I was just looking at the soils and I kind of want to go with the non-rinse one. I'm too lazy. I'm hoping it doesn't clog up this tank too much. We'll see. I was looking for something black, and let me pull some of the soil out and show you what it looks like. It's not as black as I expected, but I think it's going to be black enough. I don't know if you can see it in there or not, but I guess you'll see it once it's in the aquarium. So let me go ahead and get a nice big giant glass full, and hopefully this doesn't cloud up my water too much. I'm going to slowly pour some water in here. Oh yeah, it comes out pretty black once it hits the water. And it looks like it's going to have some cloudiness to it. So let me go ahead and start dumping some of this in the back, which is primarily where I want it. That's where the majority of the stem plants are going to go. And they could use some of the extra fertilizers in it. Another thing I did get some root tabs for my plants as well. So I have that as well. So let me go ahead and continue this and go from there. Oh, yep, looks like one of my swords moved. Alrighty. Alright, as you can see, it's not too bad. I mean, yes, it is making the water cloudy, but it's not too terribly bad. I probably should have rinsed it, but it is what it is. But I think it'll clear up once I actually put my HOB back on. So anyways, so let's continue this and go from there. Hello, if you're joining me on the live stream, I'm just kind of doing some work on my 40-gallon breeder. I'm just adding some black aquarium soil. Yeah, that's why it's going to be a little bit cloudy right now. It's cloudier than I thought it was going to be. Supposedly this is a no rinse formula, but apparently it still makes the water cloudy. I just need to turn on the HOB and hopefully some of that cloudiness does just go away quickly. It should. But yeah, it is one of the things. I'm just trying out, seeing how well this Higher CO2 aqua soil does on their claim that it's a no rinse formula. I probably, looking at this, I'd probably say, no, you might want to rinse it before you use it, because basically it is making my tank cloudy. And it probably would have been works better if I worked on a tank that wasn't set up like this one was. So, I probably could have got away with a smaller bag too. Yeah, this is just basically a topper. I just wanted some more black in there. The ones I have is too brown. I just kind of wanted more black in there. This is probably the last time I'm gonna actually add soil this way. If I do add it in the future, I'm probably gonna take some of the old soil out. But I do want more in the back because that's gonna be where my stem plants are going. And this is supposed to be good for actually nutrients. So I don't know how well that's going to work being a topper, but we'll see how that works. I'm just trying things out. Please tell me in the comments below if this is the right way to do it or if I'm completely horrible at this. Alrighty. Alright. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, that one's gonna be a cloudy spoonful. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm missing any spots, but being cloudy, which I wasn't expecting this cloudiness, but I guess it was expected. I'm just being too experimental here. Let me add some more right on there. Add some more right down in there. I think that's a good coverage. I don't know if I need any more per se, but I will have more. I still have some more soil. I do have some more soil. If I ever need to fill it, put more in, I can always put more in. I kind of have a lasagna substrate right now. But even if some of the tan ones move up and get intermixed, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Primarily because I just want to add some black. I don't need it this black, but it is what it is. So let me go ahead and move some of this stuff around here. And that way it's nice and even. As even as it's going to be. And I could probably add more. Let me see. Kind of hard to see what I'm doing with the cloudiness in here, so I might have to do it. I might add more later if I need to. I think I'm done adding it per se right now because basically I think the coverage on this is pretty good, as much as I could see anyways. I will have to let the cloudiness subside before I'll have to let the cloudiness subside. That way I can actually see where I need more stuff. I can see some on the side here I need more. But it's kind of hard to tell when when the water's cloudy. And as you get, I mean, I could already tell that the cloudiness is starting to subside a little. So there's a couple spots I do want to add more to. Now that I can see it. Get another cupful here. All right, more there, and more on this side right here. Trying to figure out where else to add it. Yeah, I'll add it to the back. Back could always use it, and that way it's also out of the way, and that's where my good old stem plants, background plants are going to go anyway, so. And I'm probably going to have like a carpet in here too, so there we go. Might not even see the black gravel anymore once I get the carpet going. But here we go. There we go. There's how the no rinse goes. Obviously it's very cloudy. Although with the light there, it kind of looks kind of neat, but I really don't like the cloudiness. But once I get the pump up and running, that's probably going to change. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove a little bit more water and finish the water change and get the water back up to the top level. And then hopefully let it clear out and show you the finished results without the plants installed, because all I have is the one set of plants right here. I'm probably going to put some of those in right now, but let me go ahead and continue this and I'll show you what it is in a little bit. All right. Alrighty, okay. Now let me get some of this water back out. Bring it down a little bit lower because I need to do a good water change on this anyways. Okay. Fortunately, I got some of the sand on here. Don't want that in my. Don't want to get that in the house too much. Okay, there it is. So let me. Let me go ahead and put this hose back in the kitchen. Yeah, okay. I could bring the tub with me. All right, let me rinse that sand off my hands. All right, oops. So what did I do with the clip? Oh, there's a clip. Yeah, I just run this noise sink and I kind of put the hose into the sink drain and I kind of clip it so it stays in place. There it goes. It's not going anywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in and remove some of the waters. Hello, Uncle Smileys. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I'm kind of adding some aqua soil to my 40-gallon breeder right here. I'm gonna try my hand at getting some plants in here, and I wanted to actually add some black color to the substrate. I'm probably not doing it the best way, but I kind of just have it as a topper, which is probably better to actually remove some of the substrate than add it, but I'm lazy. That's why I tried the no rinse Higer aquarium soil, and as you can see, it's okay. It's definitely clouding up my tank. But I think once I get the HOB back up and running, I think it's going to be fine. Yeah. All right, let's take out some more of this water here. Get my pump back in here. Yeah, I can't really see where it's going, but let me pump up some of the, ow, I just stepped on something. Probably a piece of gravel. That's exactly what that was. Let me go ahead and pump out some of this water and then put more water in and hang in the back filter again and see if that helps clear up the mess of the cloudiness in there. Yeah, probably should have rinsed it first, but I was being lazy. But yeah, it is what it is. Probably not as bad as some other ones would have been. I know with the stratums say to actually rinse them first. The other ones typically say to rinse them first. This one said no rinse required, and I tried it, and it is cloudy. So yeah, definitely if you try the Higer CO2 aquarium soil, I would rinse it first. Not that it's too terribly bad. Nothing a little water change and some filter action won't clear up. While this is running, I'm going to fill in some spots here. Probably should add more right there. There's another spot I wanted to even out right there. Alright, I think that's good. I'll probably see more spots once I actually get this thing cleared up. I really need to do a water change on this anyways. The nitrates on this was reading like 52 last night. Although, oh, that's my heater. That's my heater. Oh yeah, that's the Higer heater I have in there. The Higer heater's complaining that there's no water there. Yeah, that's the first time I've seen that, so that works. All right, let's get this out of here, so I can add more water in here to get that incessant beeping out and done with. Yeah, I like it. I like that it does that, but it's a pain in the butt to hear. So I was wondering if that beeps, and apparently it does. This is why I typically like to shut off the filter, which I'll probably do that next. I normally do shut off the heater when I do this at the power level. Alrighty, so I'm done with that. I can clean that up later. But now let's get some water in here. Let me see if I can turn that off. Okay, Google, turn off multi-heater. Let me do it the old-fashioned way through my phone. Let's see here. Let me turn that off. That beeping is going to get on my nerves. Let's see. How do I turn this off? Ah, off. There we go. That works. But it's nice to know that it beeps when there's like low water in there. So let me go ahead and get my good old hose to put water in and get this going. Yep, right now I'm in my guest bathroom right now, attaching the hose to the sink. That way I can pump water into the aquarium. Alrighty. Now I just gotta turn the hot water on, get that hot before I start this. Even though I really don't use hot water to do this, I kind of like to make sure when the hot water is going in there, it's not too hot, or it's not too hot where I think it's warm. Yeah, it's still warming up. Okay, now I think that's hot enough. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, so now that's hot enough. I like to put a little bit of hot water in there, that way it comes out warmer. And I do have a tankless water heater now, so it's not like it's stored water. Alright, so let's do this. Yeah, I gotta kind of find a way to actually run this hose through my maze of a Christmas tree, my cameras, my phones, my water bottle. Let me move my chat screen here. My little chat screen here, and me see if anyone said anything recently. No. Alright, let's go ahead and get this going. Start pumping some water back in here. Yeah, let's see. Kind of like to push it near the glass, that way it's not pouring too bad into this tank. Alright, so let's get this going. Let's get some more new water in here. Perfect time to do water changes when you're doing some added stuff into the tank here. Alrighty. Oh, there it is. There's the water. And you could probably use a little bit more warm water in there. I probably should have cleaned up the wave maker I have in there too, but I think that'll be sufficient there. I'll clean that at another point in time. I'll probably do that my next water change. Clean up my wave maker. Alright, that's good. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, so yeah, there's the tank. There's a closer up portion of it. Yeah, it looks like the cloudiness is kind of going away. It's not too terrible right now, but it is what it is. I should have really rinsed it out, but alright, so now I think I'm done with this. I'm just pumping some more water back in here. Fill the tank back up. That way, yeah, it looks like the cloudiness is kind of going away a little bit. Yeah, like I said, once I turn the filter back on, it'll probably clear up just like that. I'm just hoping it doesn't cause too many problems in my tank. I probably should have rinsed it. I probably should have removed some of the old substrate, but yeah, now I just have the fun lasagna substrate level down there. If you could actually see in there, you can't really see. You can kind of see it if you look close, but it's probably not going to show up on camera too well. But yeah, let me go ahead and get this full. Turn on my filter and see how well this clears up. So stay tuned. Yeah, if you're watching right now, I'm also doing a video on it, so I'm recording at the same time as I'm doing this. So that's why if you actually saw me right now, I do have two microphones on, one for the live stream and one for the recording. Even with the added water, it looks like it's clearing up pretty well. I could actually see my handiwork. There's a few areas I need to flatten out. Like right here, I need to flatten out this area a little bit. I'm not too worried about the matte gravel mixing. I'm not too worried about that. I just wanted to add some more black into the substrate. That way I don't confuse it. That way I don't confuse it for just having a sand substrate like I did in my previous video talking about the new light I got. Which so far I'm liking. It's really doing a good job, I think, of giving light into the tank. I probably should have did the planning while I had the water level low, but it is what it is. I mean, I'll probably wait until the water clears up a little bit more to do the planning. But right now I have some the Rotella rotunda that I'm going to put in there. Well, it's actually in there. That's the plant that's floating in the top corner there. Let's see here. It's getting there. It's getting to the point where it needs to be. Oh. And if you're watching the stream, thank you so much for watching at least. If you're watching the replay, I know it's not the funnest stream in the world, but this is just me doing work on my aquarium. And also a little bit of view in the behind the screen when actually recording. Yeah, honestly, it's clearing up pretty fast. Oh, that's the part I wanted to even out, which is this area right by this plant right here. Yeah, put some there. There you go. I know this is basically I know it's like a planted kind of aquarium cell from Higer. I think I just got it because I kind of want to see if it helps with the plants, and it also does add the black to the substrate that I want, and I think that's full enough. Not that it's going to overflow, but there we go. There we go. Perfect. All right, so it's probably a little bit higher than I wanted, but I think it's good. It's not overflowing, so it's just a little bit higher than I normally have it, but it's not going to cause problems. If I go a little bit higher, it'll cause my little clay balls to come out of their planters, which is something I have, which is for the house plants I have in the back. So let me go ahead and take care of this hose because I don't want this lying around the house. I need to dump it outside because I don't want water all over the house. So let me disconnect the hose from the sink. And if you want to see how I do have the hose connected to the sink, I do have a video on it. Probably about a couple years ago I did this, which is a quick release where the thing connects to the bathroom sink faucet, and then just I have a quick release that attaches to it. So definitely look up that video if you want. You want to see how I have that connected. So now I'm just kind of going outside, dragging my hose with me, so I could empty the hose of water. Because right now, since I did have the water running through it, there's water still in it. I don't know if you can hear me when I go out here, but because I'm outside and my things on the inside, hopefully you can still hear me. Hopefully the microphone didn't disconnect. Yep, looks like it's still connected. So right now I'm actually outside. Just kind of emptying the water out of the hose. Kind of have a tangle this time, which I don't like dealing with. Okay, there goes the water. There goes a big chunk of the water. Okay, now I got the tangle out. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the rest of this water out and put this hose back into my storage area. I just want to make sure I put it away because otherwise I will forget about it. And then we'll have upset people with stuff sitting in the driveway. So let me go ahead and put that back where it belongs, right on the hook, and go back and see how the aquarium is doing. Do some final recording for the video that I'm also doing at the same time about this project. So let's see. Yeah, that's definitely as cloudy. So let's go ahead and finish this up. So let's go ahead and finish this up. As you can see, definitely is cloudy, cloudy, cloudy. I'm going to go ahead and put my lid back on. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty. So my lid's back on. Let me step back on this because I do need to do another recording here. Alright. So let me take my gimbal with my recording camera. And if you ever want to see my recording camera, here it is right here. It's just all it is a Pixel 7 attached to a gimbal, and that's what I use to actually do the recording. So I don't use any kind of fancy camera. That's just what I use. It's just an old secondary phone I have, which it works. Does what I need it to do. And I think the quality of the video is pretty good with it. I mean, I probably could get more fancier, but that costs more money. And but it works, right? Alright, so now all I need to do is I'm gonna flip that around. Oh, I know what I came over here for. The other part of my gimbal. Yeah, so there we have it. We have the soil in the tank. Nice black substrate now. Although over time, I'm guessing some of the old substrate will probably creep itself back up. As you can see, I kind of have a lasagna kind of substrate going now. On the bottom, it's a sand that I used to have on there with my Maltese, and then I took some of that sand out and I just added some gravel. But now I will not confuse this substrate for sand. This is more of an aqua soil from Higer. It's the Higer CO2 aquarium soil. This is one I bought. This is not a sponsored video. I know I do have a few sponsored videos from Higer, and I'm grateful for them to send me stuff. But like I said earlier, I could have went with any other one as well and probably done the same thing. But I just want to check the soil out. I want to see the no rinse, see how well that does. And as you can see, I probably should have rinsed it. The water is pretty cloudy. But once I turn on the filter back on, it'll probably be perfect. So let me turn the filter back on and see how quickly it starts clearing up using that. So let me turn it back on. Okay, Google, turn on multi-filter. And there we go. So now the filter's back on, and hopefully that clears it up. So once it clears up, I will come back and show you the finished work. So stay tuned. Alrighty. Alrighty. Alright, so there we have it. Job is done. As you can see, the water is definitely cloudy. I do got the filter turned back on, and hopefully that fixes that issue. I should have really probably rinsed it out. But looking at the water so far, it's becoming uncloudy pretty quickly. You see right now it is 12:24, almost 12:30. I'll probably give this a half an hour and come back and see how it looks. But by then, I'm probably not going to be streaming because I do need to make myself some lunch. Anyways, if you're watching this during the replay, thank you a lot for watching it. If you're actually here sitting in the stream watching me do this, thank you for stopping by and watching. Anyways, as usual, have a great day, night, or whenever you're watching this, and I'll catch you later. I'm just going to go ahead and end this right here. Since I got all the work done, I still do need to do some video taking after this clears up a little bit. I just don't want to sit here on stream while it does that. Oh, that'd be pretty interesting. You know what? Maybe I'm just gonna leave the stream running. I'm just gonna leave the stream running, and that way I could get a little time lapse on this and how it looks actually coming clearer. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna do that. Let me just get a closer look here. I don't need the TV screen in the background. There we go. Let me move this closer. That way I can move the stand closer. Move this back a little. Just trying to make it a perfect angle. Alright. So I'm probably going to step aside. I'm going to turn off the mic. And that way you're not hearing what I do. So I will do one thing though. I will add some music to this. Let me see here. That way it's not just silence. Okay, that's looping, okay. Alright, I'm going to turn down the microphone, that way you can at least watch this as it clears up. Alrighty, so basically it's been about half an hour. It's been about half an hour now, so it looks like it cleared up pretty well. It only took about half an hour to do so, but I mean, there's still some murkiness in there. But I guess as the time goes on, it will kind of clear up on its own. But if I had to do it again, I would rinse it out. The cloudiness that was in there wasn't too bad, but it was there. It was cloudy. So quick rinse on this one would probably be perfect. And this is what I used. And this I did put a link in the description, so if you want to check it out, you can. I was either thinking going with that, or I was going to go with the stratum. Although the regular stratum was brownish, I really didn't want more brownish in here. I think the biostratum, I think that one was black, but that one was I just didn't really care for that one too much on what I was reading about it. But I think this one's perfect. I think this one will work great. It looks like I do have some bubbles coming from it though, but I don't know what that's from, but it is what it is. I think with this soil as well, I think it's supposed to help lower the pH. It's supposed to control the pH. Looking at the description on it, long-lasting fertility, not prone to chalking. It's basically a high-quality aquarium substrate, provides an ideal environment for growth in aquatic plants. I think one of the features on this was it's supposed to stabilize the pH. So we'll see how it goes. So anyways, if you're watching the replay on this, thanks for watching. If you're still on the stream watching as well, thanks for watching. Anyways, I'm going to end the stream and continue on doing what I need to do today. So anyways, as usual, have a great day.